Shenzhou-15 spaceship.
So
And they meet each other.
is this like your expectation that how the two crews would meet? This is like one by one. It is not like they would come, you know, and meet all together like the two
As
crews.
we already discussed, we have a crew transfer channel between the two vehicles, and it's a little bit narrow. The inner, as I mentioned, the inner diameter of this crew transportation tunnel is about 0.85 meters. So only one person can go one by one.
Okay.
So that's the reason why first the commander meet each other.
So the two commanders have met now, and the next two crew members will come in pretty soon.
Exactly.
And what will happen next? What will happen next?
And I think next maybe the other two members, Mr. Deng Qingming and Mr. Zhang Lu, will enter the station one by one.
And after that, I've heard that the Shenzhou-15 crew have already brought some presents from Earth, as I said just now. And what are you expecting?
Well, you know that it depends on what they like, and usually, you know that on the International Space Station, usually the fresh food is very favorite choices for them.
Yes, probably some fresh fruit, maybe some background information about Shenzhou-15 crew. And the Shenzhou-15 manned space station is the last flight bound for China's space station this year, and the final task during the construction stage of the station. And the crew includes Fei Junlong, who is the commander of this mission of Shenzhou-15. And of course, after that, Deng Qingming and Zhang Lu will follow, and someone who is the next one going in.
Exactly.
The next one going
so
in?
On the left of the screen, you can see is a video from the camera mounted in the Wentian module. You may notice the space bicycle.
I think that is Deng Qingming, right? At this point, we can see from
also
the live footage.
another warm hug.
Another warm hug. They're saying that is some big exclamation. It's great to see you.
Exactly. So maybe in the future we will form this tradition.
They have already met officially at this point.
Yes.
So Deng Qingming has been waiting for about 25 years, 24 years, over 2 decades, and finally he has made his dream come true at this point. So what will happen next? So Professor John, you are still with us online on Skype at this point. So Professor John, what will happen next? I mean, when it comes to the rotation, they will spend about a week's time on the China's Tiangong space station. What will happen next? What do they need to do?
Right. So for the next 5 days during this handover period, the last crew, the Shenzhou-14 crew, will still be in charge in that sense, and then they would sort of tell the new crew what has been changed. You know, they've done the major structural construction work for the space station, but the interior it's like building a house. Now it's down to the final sort of soft touches, the interior decorations, and that sort of thing. As you can imagine, it's a pretty big space station for 3 people to look after. There are a lot of life support systems, everything, and then a lot of experiments. There's going to be 24 racks inside, nearly 50 external points. So some of the experiments are already up there. So they've been doing those. Right. They need to tell the new crew, you know, what they have done, what things they have changed. But experiments, being experiments, they're unpredictable. So that they have to change things on the go, and they have to tell the new crew what has changed, what knobs they have changed differently. And that really has to be done face to face. So the next 5-day period, they will be doing that sort of very detailed briefing.
Yeah, there will be plenty of experiments that they're going to do in microgravity. So it is such a party over here. We can see from the live footage of there, and we are looking at the meeting of the two crews, Shenzhou-14 and the Shenzhou-15, and they are the Shenzhou-14 crew members, including Chen Dong, Liu Yang, and Cai Shizhe. And the Shenzhou-15 crew manned space mission will include Fei Junlong, Deng Qingming, and Zhang Lu. They are having a big party over there. What are they doing at this point? I think they have, what is that? That is a walkie-talkie. They are talking to Beijing at this point, are they?
Quite right. And you know that just from the social media today, I read that at this right moment, China has the largest number of astronauts in outer space. You know, there do have 7 astronauts on board the International Space Station, but you know that they come from different countries. So only China have 6 astronauts in outer space now.
I think they are talking to Beijing at this point, right? And they have, I think he's just saying that we have seen something and we are learning from you, something like that. So
yes, they just say greeting to each other, and you know that this is a video getting from the camera mounted in the Wentian module.
So they are in Wentian module at this point.
You will notice the space bicycle. Originally, this space bicycle is located in the Tianhe 1-core module. But when the Wentian module is docked to the station, it was moved to this Wentian module.
It looks like a big party over there, and the lady who is talking at this point is Liu Yang, right? Liu Yang is the first female astronaut in space in 2012 on the Shenzhou-9 mission. So they are taking the walkie-talkie one by one, and they have been talking to Beijing. At this point, they are trying to tell Beijing that everything is okay at this point.
Everything is okay. And you may notice that just before the launch of Shenzhou-15 manned spaceship yesterday, the Shenzhou-14 crew did a very important job. It is to change the station from the status of 3 crew to 6 crew. The change mainly located in the what we call the regenerative environmental control and life support system.
I think they are going to take a family photo at this point, but first they have to anchor themselves to stabilize themselves right in space.
It's easy for Mr. Fei Junlong, but a little bit difficult for Mr. Deng Qingming and Mr. Zhang Lu because they have never been to outer space before.
But they have been going through a lot of training, so they should be used to the environment, I think. So they are taking a selfie. 1, 2, 3. So they are saying that China is Tiangong space station, right? And that can meet your expectation all the time.
Yes, this is really a historical moment for all Chinese people.
Big thumbs up. Yeah, that is definitely a historic moment. Now let's talk about the mission or the task they have. After that, they're going to stay together for about a week time, right? For the rotation and a lot of preparation. And of course, for the Shenzhou-15 crew, they're going to stay in space for 6 months. And the main objectives of the mission include verifying the space station's abilities to support crew rotation and achieving the first in-orbit crew shift with the Shenzhou-14 members, right?
Yes.
And according to the plan, Professor Yang, so the Shenzhou-15 spacecraft will conduct a fast autonomous rendezvous and docking maneuver with the assembly in its front port, and that's from a combo of 3 spaceships, right? So let's come back to the studio at this point, Professor Yang. So we know that, as I said just now, the Shenzhou-15 crew will carry out the verification of long-term residence on China's space station in 3 module configurations. So what are some of the things to look at in this verification?
You know that both our Shenzhou-13 crew and our Shenzhou-14 crew stayed in the station for 6 months. But it's slightly different from comparing with the Shenzhou-15 crew. You know that the Shenzhou-15 crew will stay in the station for 6 months, and they always have 3 modules. You know that as I mentioned, just before the arrival of the Shenzhou-15 crew, the Shenzhou-14 crew switched the status from 3 crew to 6 crew. You know that every day we produce many carbon dioxide. We need a lot of oxygen, and also we need to drink water. So you see that our regenerative life support system produces the oxygen from water using electricity, and also the carbon dioxide must be collected and using the hydrogen produced by the water to get other water from this carbon dioxide. You see, for this procedure, the amount of oxygen, the amount of carbon dioxide, the 3 crew member and the 6 crew member, obviously it will be different. And that's the reason why we need the Wentian module. You know that we have this kind of environmental control and life support system in the Tianhe-1 core module. But we have another set of an independent one in the Wentian module. And you know that's the design of our station. The basic requirement is to support the long-term residence